We like so much to be distracted in the world. No? Everything that will distract us, we give it more importance. When you have to gossip, bah. But when we tell you to talk a little bit about your spiritual path, you become very silent. You become very shy. Why? Very often we see that, when we talk about the world, the worldly thing, because our mind is accustomed to that, we know it. But the bhakta's mind have to be accustomed also to the teaching of the Sadguru. It's not only the outside which matter. It is the teaching of the Sadguru that purified and transformed the devotee. If you don't know the teaching of the Sadguru itself, then what the use of following? The mind can be purified. Yes, you are chanting the name. That is very powerful. But you have to understand it also. And that is what the Sadguru gave now. How to get rid of all your unwanted desire, lust, anger, greed, worldly attachment. That means the mind have to change. That divinity which is dormant inside have to awake. It is not only when we talk about the saints' life, it is an example for every devotee to become saintly. Bhagavan reside in your heart. No? Your heart become the temple of Sri Hari. The heart of Krishna, the heart of Mirabai had Giridhar Gopal inside. Nothing could take Giridhar Gopal out. That is from previous life itself, when she was Madhavi. She had just the glimpse of Giridhar Gopal when she was coming also. She was coming, one friend of Krishna married her, but the mother said, don't, be careful of this one person there. That is Krishna. And she took it, she promised her mother, she would never look at Krishna. But when she came, Bhagavan Krishna was doing the Leela of lifting Govardhan. So everybody rushed to take shelter under. And she saw Bhagavan in that swarup, holding Giriraj, and she fainted. But who was in her mind was Krishna, was Giridhari Gopal only. Like that her life, every time she tried to meet, she even went with her mother-in-law to Yashoda place, because they were neighbors, but she could not meet Bhagavan Krishna. Even when they were returning back, waiting for Krishna after so long, Bhagavan said, okay. She returned, Bhagavan passed by, she was busy doing something else. When she went to fetch water in the well, Bhagavan was playing the flute, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis were there. She went and sat up behind the tree. In her mind, what was playing? Shall I break my promise, what I gave to my mom? Or shall I look at Krishna? Bhagavan left his feathers there. The feathers is Bhagavan Krishna himself. So that was in her mind. So when Bhagavan left Vrindavan, went to Mathura, she heard that Bhagavan is leaving. She was not feeling well. She prepared Makhan. And she ran. She went in the square place. Nobody was there. Where is everybody? Did really Krishna left? She ran to the where everybody was. When she reached the outskirts of Vrindavan, everybody was crying. She saw only the back of Krishna was gone. The chariot was gone. Srimati Radharani consoled her. Said, what the use of living? If these eyes have not seen Bhagwan, what the use of living? So she lived, she stayed. Then, after the war, Bhagwan called them to, there was a meeting in Kurukshetra. They all went. Also she went. When she went, Bhagwan had left for South India. Again, she didn't lose hope. Said, it is his will, I will see him. No, actually, Bhagwan went back to Dwarka. So when Bhagwan Krishna went back to Dwarka, when Madhvi heard that Bhagwan Krishna went to Dwarka, they all went to Dwarka. So when they all went to Dwarka, Madhvi said, met all the queen, especially the 8 main queen of Dwarka. Rukmini Devi was there. Rukmini Devi saw how Meera was sad and said, don't worry. Bhagwan will come, but nobody knows when he will come. Madhavi, her heart was for Girdhar Gopal. That's the only image that was in her mind. Her Girdhar Gopal. Nothing else. So she took the decision that, okay, if in this life, Bhagwan, you don't want to see me just because of my own stupidity of promising something to my mom, I can't break the promise also, because this is a promise that I have given to my mom. But then this life is not for me. My life is yours only. If in this life I don't see you, I will get you in my next life. So she went in the sea in Dwarka and commit Jal Samadhi. So she took Jal Samadhi. You will call it suicide, but it's not called suicide. Because her bhav, her longing for Bhagavan Krishna was so intense. But she said, no, life can't be without him, you know. So she took Jal Samadhi with the image of Girdhar Gopal. So in his many years passed, 4,500 years passed, when Meera was, the same Madhavi was born as Meera. Imagine 4,500 years gap, you know. It don't happen like that. You know, you people think that because you're very sophisticated mind, you think that karma works the same way, you know. This life I can't do, next life. You think that next life is just open the door, the next life will be opening there. You don't know how many years, how many life would you take to be able to have a glimpse of Bhagavan itself. No? So Mirabai waited for 4,500 years to be born again. When Thakurji, Giridhariji was, the sadhu brought, came to the house of the father of Mirabai. When Mira saw him, she was infatuated completely, fall in love. That is madness of love. And she wanted him. The sadhu was calling him Shyam Sundar. Mira said, no, he's not Shyam Sundar. For me, he's my Girdhar Gopal. Big debate between the two. Sadhu said, no, I have to run away from here. So one night, the night when he was to leave, Mira was sleeping quietly because Mira asked, can I have him for one night? I said, okay, fine. But he saw the danger there. He saw the danger, that love which Mirabai had. Imagine having a glimpse, a quarter of a drop of that love, how amazing it will be. He saw that, he said, danger. So at night when Mira slept, he went quietly, took Giridhar Gopal and brought it to his room, locked the door, said, now I will sleep. Tomorrow morning, early morning, I will run away. Door was locked. In the morning when he wake up, before everybody, Thakurji was not there. Girdhariji was not there. Look everywhere. Big alarm. Could not find. They keep searching whole day. Could not find. Finally, they went to Mirabai's room. What they saw Giridhariji in the arm of Mirabai, sleeping. Okay. Without any thinking, it took Giridhari, brought him back to his room. The father of Mirabai apologized, the mother apologized and said, please, it's a child, understand. So again, he locked the room, but as he was locking the room, he realized. They asked him to stay one more night. He said, okay, but I will leave early morning. Again, that night, while he was locking the room, he was thinking, but I did lock the room. How did he go? How did she come and steal my God? So, he started thinking, and he started thinking, maybe there's a secret passage here. Start looking around. Didn't find any secret. I will stay awake this night. So, you see, when you say you will stay awake, what happened? You fall asleep. So he dozed. And as he dozed, he had a dream where he saw Bhagwan Krishna. And in that dream, Bhagwan Krishna said, your dharma was to bring me to Mira. But then he said, but what about me? You belong to me. I want to serve you. Then Bhagwan said something wonderful to him. The difference between you and Mira is that you see me as the deity. You see me as an object of worship only. But Mira see me as her Lord. Mira see me as Bhagwan himself. For Meera, it was not a deity to be worshipped. It is the Lord himself that he was worshipping. And that is a big difference. So hearing that in the dream, he was, Bhagwan had explained, he fall down and he said, please. Then Bhagwan said to him, have another deity made. I will be there with you. Then you can serve me. But note one thing, that I belong to Meera and Meera belong to me. So you hand over that Vigraha to Meera. So that is how he gave Mirabai the deity of which he was worshipping.